Since we talked about stress, stress is the thief in the night. It is the robber of your peace and serenity. So let's go around and share with everyone, where right now do you find that serenity?
My serenity would have to do with nature.
I love to walk.
I find it in Natalie, who is 3.
Just this morning when I got up for everybody else and I went for that run.
And I believe when you find knowledge or the answer to something,
I do find serenity in it. It's home.
Sometimes my life can get so chaotic that I don't take enough time to stop and smell the roses. And I feel that people do that more and more so these days.
Grab her, Matt. Y'all gonna have to check out your toys. Gonna have a little adult recess. Doesn't it feel good to be outside?
Yeah.
Perfect day for this. We kind of stop playing as we get older, but really, the reason we get older is because we stop playing. When's the last time you hula hooped or bounced a ball or blew bubbles? And the idea of mindful muscle movement and really engaging your muscles in a mindful way is what we're going to talk about.
I find this was also fascinating, as long as I've done this, how interesting it is, how we're the same, but we're so vastly different that we find peace and serenity in many different places.
Really, I find it in Natalie. Kids know when they're done, and when they're done, they're just done. And she'll lay down, and in about 30 seconds, she's asleep. And if I'm fortunate enough to be there when she does that, I can smell her. And if you could bottle that smell, it's play and laugh and love and unconditional everything. And then she breathes, really, really breathes.
Always exhale as you pull out. On any exercise, really, at the point of exertion is when you should be exhaling. Keep pulling out, exhale, and release. So simple, you know? Exhale and release.
you know, you're going up a mountain, you never look back to see the view. And finally you get to the top, and now you're going down the other side of the mountain, you're going, whoa, what have I done? And now maybe it's time to grow up and give back. And that's what I'm learning.
Let's go ahead and take the band behind your back.
You kind of like this, don't you?
I do.
That bondage.
My cup of tea. Oh, not that.
I went for that run, and I saw the sun coming up on the water and the trees and the mountains, and it brought tears to my eyes. That is so beautiful. And I thought, life is good. This is gonna pass. This is spectacular. Look at this beauty. I had to take a moment and just say, thank you, God. I'm glad I didn't sleep in. I'm glad I got up and saw it.
This morning I woke up early and I saw all of the animals waking up, and every one of them started by stretching. I mean, the cows, the horses, they'd get up, the first thing they did was stretch.
Where right now do you find that serenity?
I just like looking at nature, whether it's on beaches or hiking through mountains or whatever it is, and that usually really calms me down.
It's obviously a sense of freedom for you, a freedom in connection, awareness, choice, and then it gives you energy from the experience. That's perfectly what you're describing in your serenity of walking. Freedom.
I guess, you know, when you're in a state of depression, you don't find a lot of serenity. You're in like a prison of your own mind, I guess. Even when I go places, it's like I just want to be home, and I find myself trying to do things to make home better. I want an orange sectional so bad.
It's your nest. It's digging in that nest and putting some orange in there, the color of creativity. It's the color of the sun, of birth, of life.
And while we're seated, let's go ahead and grab our bubbles.
If we get back to the basics, I think a lot of us will have less stress. But we get so caught up thinking about what needs to be done, and it has to be done in this time frame. We get so caught up in time, and we put so much emphasis on it that we never just take out the time to enjoy what we have and really reflect on that.
Again, y'all, do you remember We stop playing as we get old?
There we go.
Really? We get old because we stop playing?
All right.
I think you each took at least 10 years off your life.
Oh, go like this. Look.
They're not going to recognize you when you come in for lunch.